Dear future me. Hey guys, so I just received a letter from myself that I wrote to myself in the past, and I wanted to talk about it. So, if you don't know what Future Me is this website where you can write yourself an email that will be delivered to you sometime in the future. And so on June 3rd, I received a letter that I wrote to myself on June 3rd of 2019. 5 years ago, and this thing blew my mind. So I wanted to share it with you guys because I just wanted to highlight a few things that really are important to me. Okay, so this is what the letter reads. Dear future me, hello. Like, this is how I started my letter. Oh my God. Anyways, okay, try that again. Okay. Dear future me, hello. It has been a while since I wrote this, but I wanted to let you know that you are beautiful, you are loved, and you have the light inside of you. At this point in time, you have decided that plastic surgery isn't in your future. I don't know if you went through with it, and if you did, that's okay. But right now, I just wanted to remind you that you feel love for yourself. Ariana is home and working at Victoria's Secret. It's nice to have her around and share some time with her. Remember the free crepes at Boston Burger Co.? Do they still have those? You are with Joey, still pissed he won't propose, but you love him and he constantly reminds you that he loves you too. Has that been enough? Are you still mad? Are you married? Are you with Joey? LOL. You're about to sell the third floor of Perrin. Someone made an offer and we are just now doing the finishing touches on the place. Hopefully we can close in a few months. You are 1,656 days sober as of now. How has that been going? This year you started Vita Yoga. You have 6 students right now. Mary, Marty, Bob, Amit, Eva, and Krista. You've been sad about this because you feel stuck. Every day you have been praying to make a lot of money and that you are willing to work for it only if you could get a sign about what you're going to do. Are you ready to leave for Mexico yet? I think you should be almost there by the time you get this. Also, you have Alpine Street. No issues there as of now. Aside from that, things are going really well. You plan to go to Guatemala in a couple months to see Abuelita Sara's 100th birthday party. She's still alive? Oh well, I think that is all the update I want to give to you. I love you. XO, self, Andy Ruano. Like, there's so much change in this email that I just wanted to go through with it because 5 years is a lot of time. 5 years. There's so much change that can happen. So let's go through with it one item at a time, okay? First is the plastic surgery. So the plastic surgery that I was talking about in this was getting a BBL. Yes, your girl wanted to get a BBL. A Brazilian butt lift. If you don't know what that is, it is a fat transfer where they do lipo, they process it and then inject it in your butt so that it's nice and perky. But when the doctor told me, hey, you're still going to have to go to the gym after this, I was like, man, if I'm still going to have to go to the gym, I'm just going to build it in the gym. Of course, I wind up having plastic surgery for my breast augmentation a couple of times since then because you can't grow boobs at the gym. But yeah, so I did wind up having surgery, I guess. So, yeah, this was when my daughter was living with me. Ariana is home working at Victoria's Secret. I didn't even remember that. I had to text her and I was like, do you even remember working at Victoria's Secret? Like, was that a thing? And she was like, yeah, I totally did. I could not even remember that she had worked there. This was so long ago. And the free crepes at Boston Burger Co. That's just kind of like, those crazy shakes that like has like a piece of cake and a churro and a lollipop and they're all themed and stuff. So that was one of our things that we used to do before my bodybuilding. And obviously me and Joey got married. We actually got married 6 months after this email. We got married January 1st, 2020, and this was on June 3rd, 2019. So yeah, little did I know what was about to happen in 6 months. And sobriety, still sober. What was that? 1,656 days. And today I am 3,483 days. So twice as many days, pretty much. Let's see. So I did start Vita Yoga and I was there for a year. And then I wound up closing it down because that was, COVID. Everything started to fall apart. The world just went into chaos. And yeah, that, like, who could have thought that that would be gone? Like, I thought I was going to do that for the rest of my life. But yeah, things change, I guess. And then this sentence comes up. Are you ready to leave for Mexico yet? So I've had many ideas over the course of my life about what I want to do with my future. It has ranged from moving to Mexico to living in a van down by the river. That is not a joke. I actually wanted to van life it, get one of those sprinter vans, trick it out, and live out of there shitting in a bucket with my husband in tow as we chase the beach and the sun in the summer. And, it's going to work remotely and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, um, you want to know what actually knocked that out of my head? That idea was the fact that, like, my daughter and I, after my daughter graduated from college, we did a mini road trip from Danville, Kentucky. We went to Virginia Beach. We went to the Jersey Shore, and then we came home. So we made like a week of it. And I realized I hate road trips, which is kind of like a big prerequisite to go live in a van, don't you think? So I was like, I'm never ever going to live in a van. I came home and that was the first thing I told my husband. By the way, we are never living in a van. And my husband Joey's like, oh my God, thank God. That was a horrible idea. I was like, why didn't you say anything? But anyways, yeah. So, but then, Mexico was another thing. But honestly, I think really my journey is taking me to Guatemala. The Mexico thing, it's a beautiful idea, but it would just be so far away from family and kind of, I don't know. I don't know why Mexico was a an option. But at the time, that was like what I wanted. So we were going to entertain that for a while. So let's see. Alpine Street, I sold that off. Perrin Street, I sold that off. And like the last sentence was going to Guatemala for my abuelita Sara's 100th birthday party. She wound up passing away shortly after that birthday party. Um, yeah, she was so loved and surrounded by family at the time. So that was a great memory of her birthday party. I have a wonderful picture that I took. My cousin Annabella had just had a baby, and I put their hands together and I took a picture because it was so beautiful. Her baby was newborn, and we have my great grandmother turning 100. It's like 100 years of DNA, of culture, of family, lifeline, lifeblood flowing through the veins of my great grandmother to her great great grand daughter. It was just such a beautiful, powerful moment. And yeah, but this was such a fun exercise. This really was. I mean, you get these emails. So I tend to write these emails every once in a while, and I send them and shoot them off to future Andy because maybe she needs a little bit of wisdom. And in this entire email, there was one thing that like really struck me was this idea of like my relationship with my husband is like he's not doing what I want him to do and I'm mad. I mean, it's like kind of still a recurring theme today. And it hit me because I'm thinking, oh my God, 5 years later, I'm still with the same thought patterns. There has been no evolution there. Something for me to work on. Thank you, God, for that opportunity. Thank you, God, for showing me this letter when I needed it because I promise you, there's always moments in time where you can be better and feel better and do better. And this is one of those moments where it just struck me like, wow, there has been no evolution in that way. And so I am going to challenge you guys, go to Future Me. I think it's .org or .com. I don't know, but it's just Google Future Me and email, and it will pop up. It is such a wonderful service. Write your future self an email, shoot it off, forget about it, but like put it years into the future. Talk about yourself. Let's talk about whatever you want. For me, I always give like the current news, ask questions, like try to say, hey, like, is this the same? Do you still feel the same? Is this still happening? Like, what happened with that? Because then future you is gonna have a thought exercise that's just gonna pop up when you least expect it. Because when this email popped up, I just rolled my eyes and said, oh God, there's a lesson in here. And I already know. I already know. Maybe one day I'll share the other one that I had, because that that actually got me to quit my job 3 years ago. But with that, I'm going to finish this podcast because it's long enough. I love you guys and thank you for listening. Bye.